Stephanie White. I mean, they basically feel like they don't need her. They don't need her. At this point, they just need to move on and break this relationship up. Send Caitlin Clark off so you guys can do your thing in Indiana. And that's just that, man. But it's disgusting. The plan whatever plan was put in place for Caitlin Clark to be playing 2 minutes at a time and then riding a bike, just ridiculous, man. We got to get into what Stephanie White and Kelsey Mitchell had to say. They don't feel like they need Caitlin Clark, man.
The Indiana Fever franchise is currently self-destructing on a global scale as a result of the single most toxic, painful, and stunning betrayal in professional women's basketball history, which officially detonated behind closed doors. Millions of admirers throughout the world mistakenly thought that Caitlin Clark, a generational superstar, was secure, protected, and loved by her own company for months. However, the harsh reality has been exposed tonight, revealing a vicious internal plot to drive the league's face out of Indiana. Star player Kelsey Mitchell and head coach Stephanie White have formally broken their silence and launched a devastating coordinated public attack against their own teammate in a series of events that have left the whole sports world in a state of paralyzed amazement. Internal jealousy, corporate resentment, and personal hatred have reached a decisive point of no return, according to locker room sources. They have taken proactive steps to bar Caitlin Clark from the Indiana Fever's essential infrastructure because they no longer want her on the team. However, an absolutely shocking statement from the West Coast has entirely upended the sports landscape just as the darkness of this extraordinary treachery threatened to ruin the superstar's career. Lynn Roberts, the head coach of the Los Angeles Sparks, has unquestionably broken all league rules by going straight into the line of fire. With a historic $10 million rescue package, LA is willing to change the whole financial landscape in order to secure Caitlin Clark's legacy. We are revealing the brutal locker room rebellion that devastated the Fever, the Sparks' multi-million-dollar rescue effort, and how the ultimate team takeover was simply sparked by a historic circle of betrayal. You must analyze the deliberate, clear strategies used by Coach Stephanie White and Kelsey Mitchell to isolate and destroy Caitlin Clark's position on the roster in order to fully appreciate the horrifying speed of this corporate implosion. The economic engine of one extraordinary player completely altered this team's infrastructure for several seasons in a row. However, behind the scenes, veterans who felt totally eclipsed by the big media eclipse were secretly harboring a dark, poisonous tide of personal animosity.
But they've got other guys that are just as capable to cause problems. But yeah, I mean, Indiana's good. I think the thing that Caitlin helps them with is just they play fast, and I think she helps them play faster. So we've got to be really aware of that, and that's why our defense on when did we play? Monday. In the half court wasn't bad. It was our live ball turnovers that just turned into fast break points in 3 seconds. You do that against Indiana, it's going to be 2 points in 2 seconds. So we've got to take care of the ball. And obviously your pickup point begins higher with Caitlin out there. She can shoot it once it crosses half court, and she will. So obviously she's another tremendous player to add to them. And the first time we played them, she played. Last time she didn't. So.
That animosity erupted into a full-scale public execution tonight. Kelsey Mitchell went totally crazy and made statements that gave the front desk a direct, unvarnished message. The veterans own the locker room, and the team's interpersonal chemistry has been severely damaged by the constant media adoration of Clark. With tactical changes, calculated benchings, and chilly post-game news conferences specifically intended to weaken Clark's power on the court, Coach Stephanie White fully supported her seasoned star. The reputation of a superstar was systematically and tactically assassinated from the top down. They were actively carrying out an administrative campaign to make Clark's career a living nightmare, so she would have to pack her bags and seek an immediate departure from the city. They were no longer only playing basketball. As the persons entrusted with safeguarding the franchise's most valuable asset turned out to be the main planners of her demise, the fan base watched in complete terror. The last betrayal took place behind closed doors, leaving Clark all alone in a locker room that had entirely abandoned her. However, the dishonest leadership of Indiana entirely overlooked the fact that trying to remove a worldwide icon opens the door for competing civilizations to take over your realm. Lynn Roberts, the head coach of the Los Angeles Sparks, saw the biggest business opportunity in sports history as soon as the public could see the cracks in the Fever locker room. Without pausing for a second, Roberts delivered a terrible ultimatum straight to the WNBA hierarchy, eschewing the conventional diplomatic media scripts. She presented it to the international media in perfect condition. Los Angeles is eager to build an unavoidable financial and athletic stronghold around Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark reunion in LA. I think it's the best thing that can happen for Caitlin Clark. She got to find a way to get to LA, man. Aaron Kane, you got to get on the horn and get her to LA. Now, take a look at Stephanie White, not even understanding how to get Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell to play good together. They don't like, despite the numbers, it's usually like one plays good, the other plays just okay. Like it's never like both of them dominating. You know what I'm saying? And this lady right here has no clue how to get them to play well together. Listen to this.
It is, and you think about it. They in the last season and a half, they haven't had a lot of time together. I think that they're two of the elite guards in our game. There's no question about it. I think the way that they play complements one another. With Caitlin's ability to shoot and facilitate, and with Kelsey's ability to get downhill, to create opportunities for herself and for others in that way.
She don't create nothing for others. The girl just shoot. Stop with the create for others. Stop lying to me.
Consider the enormous tectonic shift this causes in the sport's economic environment. The Sparks organization is providing more than a typical trade package. A historic multi-million-dollar landscape of marketing partnerships, elite executive support, and worldwide brand positioning is being confirmed by corporate internal leaks, which will immediately elevate Clark to the status of the world's most valuable female athlete. The fact that justice is finally being served has left the fans in a state of sheer, uncontrollable bliss. Los Angeles is providing complete validation, adulation, and the professional respect that a generational legend so richly deserves, whereas Indiana opted for corrosive envy and administrative incompetence.
Big turnovers, but okay.
I felt like some of our rotations weren't there. As good of activity level as we had a game ago, I don't think we had that here tonight. Again, it's big when you don't have an AB on the floor. Certainly, we didn't have Sophie early as she locked up early. Before even warm up. So we didn't have her early as well. So I think more than anything, collectively, just the team defensive effort, making sure we're in our rotations, having each other's back. It wasn't there consistently.
Trash as a coach. Now let's get into Kelsey Mitchell acting like she don't even care. Like she don't need Caitlin. Like it's crazy, man.
It's about showing up. It's my job. I'm gonna do my job every day. I think that this game can't be taken for granted. You gotta respect it. You gotta pour in whatever you got into it, and give that every time. I don't think there's an excuse that you can give to do this job, and I think that I do my damnedest to make sure that I show up. If I can lace them up and I can do what I need to do, then I'm gonna do it.
If I can I respect that, but damn, it seemed like are you trying to say Caitlin not giving her all, not lacing them up, doing what she got to do? What are we talking about here?
However, the emotional pulse of the locker room itself provides the final, exquisite turn of poetic justice in this tumultuous story. If Caitlin Clark completes this significant relocation to the West Coast, she will not only be leaving a hostile atmosphere but also entering the arms of Kate Martin, her closest friend and most important emotional support system. In the bright lights of Los Angeles, Clark and Martin's potential reunion has utterly ignited the digital globe. Their unbreakable friendship has been the pinnacle of basketball sisterhood for years, and now fate is lining up to put them on the same basketball court to fight those who have mistreated them. The corporate dictatorship of Coach Stephanie White and Kelsey Mitchell is coming to an end. They have effectively ensured the Indiana Fever franchise's complete financial and athletic collapse by opting to forsake the single biggest financial generator in the sport.
Get this thing done. Take it away, Coach.
John Davis with the Southern California News Group. Coach, you're going to be playing against Caitlin Clark. It's her first game back. She just told us she's going to be on a minutes restriction. But regardless of that, how do you want to see your team approach playing, their two all-stars and the rest of the team that they're going to have out there?
Yeah, Indiana's good. They're playing really well right now. They don't have AB tonight, which, that's the three-headed monster when she's there with Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin. But they've got other guys that are just as capable to cause problems. But yeah, Indiana's good. I think the thing that Caitlin helps them with is just they play fast, and I think she helps them play faster. So we've got to be really aware of that, and that's why our defense on when did we play? Monday. In the half court wasn't bad. It was our live ball turnovers that just turned into fast break points in 3 seconds. You do that against Indiana, it's going to be 2 points in 2 seconds. So we've got to take care of the ball. And obviously your pickup point begins higher with Caitlin out there. She can shoot it once it crosses half court, and she will. So obviously she's another tremendous player to add to them. And the first time we played them, she played. Last time she didn't. So we've seen both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She'll shoot it as soon as she cross half court. She'll shoot it as soon as she cross half court. It seemed like everybody around the league be recognizing the greatness of Caitlin Clark, except the damn coach that she has. And Lynn Roberts went on to laud about Kate Martin as well, who looks like she might be there long term with the Sparks. Look at this interaction post game between Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin. Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah. Caitlin like, look, man, don't even worry about it. You looking good in this purple and gold. I can't wait to join you. I can't wait to join you in LA, girl. I miss you, bestie. I miss you, bestie. Caitlin is ready to get to LA for good. Caitlin is ready to get to LA permanently. Let's take a look at what Lynn Roberts had to say about Kate Money Martin.
Yeah.
At this level.
Corporate sponsors are withdrawing their support from Indiana more quickly than light. Ticket sales are absolutely collapsing to zero, and television networks are already getting ready to discontinue primetime broadcasts. The hunters are now officially the hunted, and their names will always be associated with the people whose unbridled jealousy wrecked their own heritage. The old power structures are utterly disintegrating into dust, and the entire WNBA landscape has officially entered a permanent, unchangeable period of absolute transition. Sports rivalries, locker room turmoil, and on-court chemistry are no longer the only topics of discussion surrounding this historic issue. This has turned into a high-stakes business conflict over market worth, loyalty, and the ultimate power of superstar leverage. Caitlin Clark's arrival in Los Angeles is set to ignite a multi-billion-dollar revolution that will leave her betrayers utterly destroyed in the annals of sports history. She has officially outgrown the narrow-minded politics of an envious administration. Millions of dollars are at stake, the fans have voiced their opinions, and the ultimate retaliation is set to be carried out live on television. Will the front office in Indiana recognize their disastrous error before the team becomes completely irrelevant? Or will the ultimate superstar pair lead Los Angeles to total dominance in basketball's future? There is one thing that is certain. The whole sports community is keeping a close eye on every corporate action going forward. This treachery battle is about to reach its boiling point, and the true explosion is going to alter everything forever. So make sure you press the subscribe button and enable your notifications right now.